What's going on, Pro Cutters? It's John back again at the shower remodel. As you'll notice, things are taking quite a bit more time than I thought they were going to, but hey, that's just how it goes. You know, when you're trying to make things as close to perfect as possible for your customer, and you know, because it's your name and reputation on the line, you got to take more time so you make sure things are done right. But I've got the grouts all done, except there are a few spots I noticed where I've got the blue tape back there. I got to add a little bit of grout there, which is not a huge deal because I've still got to put the trim piece on here, and I'll need to grout that edge too. So when I'm grouting that, I'll grout that trim, and then I'm also going to put a grout dam around the top as well. So now that your grout is done and you've got the residue and everything cleaned off, you're going to get your diverter ring. You're going to put a little bit of silicone on the black rubber gasket. It's not super necessary, but I did a test fit and I didn't like the seal I was getting on this grout line, so I went ahead and added a little bit of silicone to this, and then you can go ahead and screw it into place. These screws can be a little tricky, so you kind of want to try and peek in there from the back side is about the easiest way to get them lined up and started. And then once you get them started, you can get your screwdriver in. I definitely recommend doing this by hand. Don't use any power tools because you don't want to over tighten anything down and cause damage. And so a hand screwdriver is going to be the best way to do it. Once you get one side snug, then go ahead and get the other side tightened up. And then just like you would put the lug nuts on a car tire, you kind of want to go back and forth until you get it all the way snugged up where it needs to be. And you're getting a little bit of silicone that's pushing out. And you noticed when I put the silicone on, I only put it on in a horseshoe ring, the same horseshoe ring as the black gasket. That way, should any water get behind this ring, it's able to drain out from the bottom and not stay in your wall. Very important part of it. And I always like to try and get my screws to where they're a perfect plus sign. It just looks a lot nicer that way. It's not something that's super necessary, but it's just a little extra detail that I like to give my customers. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I've gotten a paper towel and I've wiped the excess silicone off, Now you're going to want to put on your handle. This particular Delta faucet that I'm using did not come with its own Allen key, so I've had to get one. It's a standard SAE Allen key, and you put that on and then tighten down your Allen key to lock it in place. And it's as easy as that. Back at the shower remodel. Hopefully today is the day I button it up. I've got the door on, and you can see the hinges there and there. So, and I was trying to get the other glass on last night. I got the bracket mounted, and when I went to put the glass on, because the room is so out of square, true, and plumb due to being built in the 90s, I had to take the other piece that goes onto the door itself and put it on my table saw, and I ripped it down at an angle because at the bottom I was about 3/8 of an inch proud of being able to have a functioning door. The two were coming in contact. So now that I've ripped down this other piece of aluminum, I can go ahead and get the glass installed and button up a little trim work, touch up a few grout spots, and this job will be complete. So I'm going to switch you to time lapse while we get the rest of this stuff done. Pro Cutters, finally finished up this shower remodel.